What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 37 of the Offshore Gamescast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Dylan. And we got a few quick things to plug before we jump into this episode. Congratulations to Lord of Dragons. You have won our Elden Ring giveaway. Enjoy it. It's getting insane review scores.
Every single person is giving it just the big old perfection sticker, so...
Yep. I'm excited to play that this week. Speaking of Elden Ring, someone who has... we'll just say that they were vital to creating Offshore in the early days. Mm-hmm. Night Falcon. Go to offshoregamescast.com. Scroll down a little bit. You'll see our most recent post. He did a whole article on why Elden Ring is important. It goes places. It's a journey, what he wrote. If you remember last week, we said we were going to have a Horizon Forbidden West unboxing video up on YouTube. That didn't go as planned.
Thanks, technical difficulties.
Yeah, but long story short, we're not going to get too into it, but all the video, most of the audio, all of the audio, really, it was unusable. It couldn't be used. So we just put up on all of our social media, just like a few little close-ups of that Regala edition, which I do want to talk about a little bit when we talk about Horizon later. Right. There's some things in there that I didn't know that's what they were for, and I don't think you know based on where you're at the game.
Of course not.
Also, go to our TikTok. We're Offshore Gamescast on TikTok. We have started a video series, a little behind the scenes. We are building a whole new studio. So if you go on there, you watch part 1 and part 2 up now. Part 3 probably in a few weeks, just because that's how time works.
Yeah.
You'll see what we've been recording in, the state of things around us, the spot.
What we're looking at right now?
Yeah. We already cleared the area out a little bit, but it is far from ideal, and we're going to make it ideal.
Ideally,
we're going to make it ideal. Those are the plugs.
That's it?
That's it. Now let's talk about games.
Okay. I'm starting off because I got the best update to talk about, because I have finally finished Pokemon.
Finished.
Pretty much completely. Or as I will allow myself, without the minutia of the very little things that I don't care about.
Yes, but you went above and beyond still.
I have never been so taken over by a Pokemon game. It's very rare for me to get a game and just to really solely focus on like just the true enjoyment of it. I'm very much so like, I got a fucking huge backlog. I'm putting this game on easy. I'm beating the story and let's move on. But Pokemon just fucking dug those goddamn claws in me.
Oh yeah.
And after 65 hours, I finally finished the game and I caught and completed every single research for them. Not like all of it, but like research level 10 completed.
10, which is when it's considered complete.
And it just might be the best Pokemon game ever made.
It just, it is. It is the best Pokemon game ever made.
It's so hard because my nostalgia is so strong with Gen 4, and I love Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, but it's just so good.
It's crazy that we did a lot of hype stuff around this year because of how many games are coming out, and it's crazy that in the first month we're talking about a game that we're calling the best Pokemon game to ever be made,
and that's like
it's
what?
1 month in. And that's what we're talking about.
I've been talking about how this literally looks like it's going to be the best year in gaming that I've been alive.
It might be the best year in gaming like ever,
and that is crazy.
At the very least, I think we're looking at like a top 3 of all time. Who knows? Maybe the games later this year will just completely flop and disappoint.
Maybe,
but it's off to a pretty damn strong start.
And it's zooming by.
Yeah, it's already. It's just about March. I think the next episode that's coming out for us is going to be in March.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Holy shit.
Yep. And I'm already feeling the backlog from this year.
It hurts.
Yep.
I don't have enough time. There's too many games. But that's Pokemon. and I can stop talking about it now.
What's your official score?
9.
Okay.
9.
Yeah. I
is,
figured, but
yeah, I obviously give it the better graphics, give it whatever updates, blah, 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 but it's from a core just gameplay standpoint.
Yep.
Fantastic, phenomenal.
I think the foundation
it finally did it.
The foundation they have here, they can tweak some things, improve the visuals, make like another one of these. I think we can look at a 10 out of 10 game with this.
Yeah, unless they make some real stupid ass decisions, it's only up from here.
Yes, which I mean,
yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
But at the very least, we got this one.
And God, we got to move on, or I'm going to keep talking about
All right, let's move on. Let's jump into the big one.
Okay.
Week. Horizon Forbidden West came out.
I was able to put like an hour into it because I've had no time. So Dylan's going to take the full sit down.
I'm going to take most of it. I'm about 7.5 hours in right now.
But
so a decent chunk. I'm still not in the so-called Forbidden West. So to start, I didn't realize that this is such a big game that it warrants the double disc treatment.
Which nobody would have told me. And I got the collector's edition with the steelbook with no fucking disc.
Which is stupid.
Why did I pay $260 for no disc? And I open it up and I see the 2 disc slot, and I never would have thought of anything if you hadn't mentioned it. Which the fact that we're still like when LA Noire came out, when like Rage came out, and then when like Red Dead came out, Red Dead 2, and that had 2 discs, it's like, okay, are we still doing this? And we're still doing this?
We're still doing it. Yep, it has a data disc and a play disc.
That's crazy.
And this was, so like, I have good internet here.
Yeah.
And I have my PS5 plugged in through the Ethernet cable, so it's like good. And it still took a good like 45 minutes for this to get ready.
Wow.
Which for like, I know for a lot of people it probably took hours.
Yeah.
Good internet. The point is that was like long for here, so that's like it's a big download.
Yeah.
I will say, because it was not very clear. So I got the PS4 version.
They haven't made this clear since day one.
No.
And it's only gotten like muddied.
So the PS4 version, I got that because it was $10 cheaper and came with a free PS5 upgrade, which was like, that was a whole thing in and of itself when that all went down. But that's what happened. I played the game for maybe an hour-ish. Nah, maybe 45 minutes, let's say. And then I had to stop for whatever reason. I don't really remember why. And then when I went to go back into it, that's when I realized, oh, I've been playing the PS4 version.
Ooh.
So I was like, all right, let's go to what you have to do is after you download it on PS5, go into the store where Horizon is and claim your free upgrade, download the PS5 version.
Right.
Then I was like, I guess I got to start over, but I'm going to do it because it'll be worth having the upgrade.
Yeah,
luckily
because I had the code, so then
so you were just
it like gave me the options, and I just
Okay.
like checked off the PS5 version.
Yeah, you see, I didn't have that option,
Right.
Which like they did make that better because it used to not be like that.
No.
Now they give you like if there's a PS4 and PS5 option, they just like give it to you like which one. Luckily, go into the main menu and it just says like import your PS4 save. I just did that and just continue right from where I was.
Oh.
So it was better in that sense, but still not super straightforward, the whole thing.
That's cool.
But yes, that was nice. This game is good.
Yeah.
It is, first off, visually, like, kind of insane.
Yeah.
Especially the face animations.
Maybe
Like-
in like the cutscenes.
No, I would say outside of the, like, when you're in the,
Maybe. I was having some bad issues.
did you have any, like, one-on-one conversations where you have, like, the dialogue wheel yet?
No.
So when you do that, it kind of cuts to, like, almost cutscene-ish, but it's clearly not.
All right, so
And it's like
just like a dialogue section.
yes, and it is like it looks really good there.
All right.
Like I had kind of had an issue with Zero Dawn where and I've had an issue with a lot of games with this. When lip sync is like kind of off from the voice, it like really sticks out to me.
Oh yeah.
And I had that issue with Zero Dawn, and this is like nope, it is like great. I'm not talking about when you're just like running around doing shit. She's talking. I haven't actually noticed that. I don't even think I've like seen that.
Well, I haven't gotten to the dialogue section yet.
Yeah. So it looks like really good there in a way that like, so side quests, because of like that, like it feels so cinematic when you're getting side quests from people like that it makes it feel like bigger. And it's not just like, yeah, you need to go get these materials and then it can make you a new weapon. It like at its core, that's what it is. Go kill these machines, get the parts, come back to us, we'll make you this new weapon. But it like feels more alive just because of like the way it's like shot, if you will.
Okay.
And just how like good it looks. That being said, I did have I would say my biggest visual issue is texture pop-ups.
Yeah.
I'm having, even in the like which you haven't gotten to yet, there's like once you kind of get through the area you're in, it does like a whole like opening cinematic This is Horizon Forbidden West thing. And even in that, she was like riding one of the machines and it's just like, oh, it looks kind of like deserty. Oh, and then all these plants start popping up. Like I had that, and I've had it out in the world a couple times, and it's a little like, yeah, they said they're working on those types of things, but you remember those in the Regala edition, the like little wooden kind of statue things? Those are from a game within the game called Machine Strike.
So they are like pieces.
They're game pieces, yeah.
That's what they seemed like they would be.
They put it's starting to feel like it's becoming like a mandatory thing in open world games.
Yeah.
But they put like a board game within this game. Yeah. So you go through like the tutorial with this one person. It's like kind of a little quest thing. And then they have like beginner mode easy, beginner mode medium or normal, beginner mode hard. And the whole thing is like she has different boards. She says, right, she swaps out the boards. It has different terrain. I'm not gonna go into the rules of it. I was kind of getting my ass kicked.
Oh yeah.
Even on like it was beginner hard, but it was still like beginner. It was the first person you play against. Yeah, I was getting my ass kicked.
Oh.
But you can find different like merchants that make these Machine Strike pieces and get like, they're all based off like the machines, and they all do like different things with different stats and stuff. It's cool.
Interesting.
If they made this a physical, it would be more expensive, I think, because their whole thing is like literally like, oh, you're gonna play me on the hard level, it's gonna be a harder board. And then she was like, oh, you beat me on all my boards, so it's like she's swapping out boards to play on.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'm still not in the Forbidden West because it does the things like there's the intro area, then you have a talkie part back in Meridian where you kind of like a lot of talking there, and then you start to make your way to the Forbidden West, but it's like they said it's forbidden for a reason. You can't just stroll there. People that will just go there for like without any like approval will just be killed on sight
By Voldemort.
No. By the Tanakh, I think they're called.
Death Eaters.
No. They're humans.
Voldemort.
No.
Oh.
Just people that are angry.
Gotcha.
So like you're in this open world section, if you will. So like there's plenty of things on the map for me to do. There's plenty of side quests, and like I'm getting a taste of it. And I am really excited for this map to just open up because I have been this type of open world game is hitting me in the right spot right now.
Yeah.
Where like as I'm playing, I'm like, yeah, I kind of needed a game like this. I will say combat wise and like it's Horizon. It doesn't like shake things up too much. It's still like they're your different weapons, but the machines use the weak points and the different arrows and shit. It's pretty much that still.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what I've played so far just feels like more.
It definitely is more. I think the biggest,
which isn't a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. The biggest improvements are the visuals, but I would say just like side quest feeling maybe bigger. and like more important, and like characters feeling more real, if you will.
How would you compare it to how Cyberpunk did their side stuff?
I am. It depends.
Not necessarily in like scope, but
it depends.
okay.
Because like the bigger side stuff in Cyberpunk, with like some of those, like with Judy or with Pan Am, like those like felt big.
Yeah.
And then Cyberpunk definitely had is like, it's just like this person calls you, go do this.
Yeah.
Like this same person in this one area keeps calling you to just do little jobs. The side quests are teetering more towards like the Judy, Pan Am, like main side character stuff. I would say not quite that far, because that is a lot of like, you're really getting to know this person over a sequence of a lot of quests. Mm-hmm. This is like, yeah, these two sisters are making me this weapon. I will probably never see them again. Maybe one or two more times for another side quest, but they're not going to be like big players by the end. Mm-hmm. So different. But we'll see where that ends up going once I get to the Forbidden West.
Okay.
And just like Zero Dawn, I'm playing on normal, and I find it the perfect amount of challenge, because Zero Dawn was kind of difficult.
I couldn't get into the Frozen Wilds or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was hard.
I don't know what I literally started it, and I guess it was just so far out of the flow. I was like, I just can't. I can't play this.
I am normally like that, but I did play through that, and I don't know. I am normally like that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am really enjoying it. I kind of want to jump back into it more and more, but Elden Ring is coming out in a couple days, and that'll take over. And then I'm looking at two like easily 50+ hour games.
There's
right here.
So much. And I got Dying Light to focus on.
Yeah, that's
and
another big one.
And all this other stuff. It's too much.
Do you have anything to add before I do some write-ins from the fans?
No, because I literally barely have played. So it's pretty.
It is very pretty. It's fun. But bottom line, if you didn't like Horizon Zero Dawn, this is not going to change that.
Let's see. Do you want to sit there and play a game where the main character is literally word for word telling herself what she's about to do?
Oh my God.
Over and over and over.
I didn't put that in my notes, but Jesus Christ.
There's one part in the beginning where like you hit a button and it's like, all right, I guess now I have to go over and do this and then do this thing right after. And then it's like, yeah.
There are like a couple lines where sometimes when she's like exploring, where like it makes sense sometimes.
Sometimes.
Where she's like looking at, like I had this one little like activity, if you will. It wasn't necessarily a quest. It was more of like an exploration thing for like a collectible. Mm-hmm. And there was this door and you needed a code to get in. And she was looking and she's like, you need some sort of data key. Well, it must be around here somewhere. And that was kind of like, okay, I could see it. But then when it's like every 2 seconds after that, and it's like, oh, look at this wall over here. I think I can do this. Oh, and this is going to happen. Oh, that was a close one. It's just like, oh my God. Just stop.
I wish if they were going to do that stuff, they at least like put parentheses around it and just made it like, all right, you could just know what she's thinking and those thoughts. And like, oh, it's the focus. You know what she's thinking. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, she talks out loud way too much. So, like it doesn't stop.
Aloy, no one's listening. That tree fell. No one heard it.
How is her throat like okay with all this talking? And I don't see her drinking any water.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Someone get her some water.
She needs water. Her voice is actually way higher, like a super high pitch, but her throat is so dry that she can't.
Oh no. Aloy, somebody, someone on the cast, come get her a water real quick.
So I put the question out to the people saying like, what are you thinking? Are you like disappointed at all? Are you excited? You enjoying it? A couple write-ins. The consensus seems to be overall good. Our friends from the DualSense podcast wrote in. Blown away by it so far. Taking a picture every 10 minutes has hampered my progress. Feels like there is so much variety and approaches to combat that I haven't even used many of my weapons yet. I agree. I mean, but like that does kind of continue from the first one, where like I don't know about you, I kind of found my like 3 weapons in Zero Dawn and was like, okay, I'm using these.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that I have like looked forward to the most is the new creatures, and hoping that like, oh, because of these new creatures, there will be new gameplay surrounding how to take them down and whatnot. So
I will say I've done one of those hunting trials. They're back.
yeah.
And it was still like set up the like tripwire electricity trap.
Those were
or, like,
boring. I didn't care about those.
So I haven't really found, and so far it's a lot of the same. And then Twitter user Classic Hunter 25 said, if you compare Horizon Forbidden West to Zero Dawn on PS4 Pro, then to my experience with Forbidden West, I would say Forbidden West has way better graphics overall. Fogs are also in the game, and the gameplay is way better, especially close combat. You get to learn new combos throughout the game. Skills also improve the combat overall. And also getting to explore those tropical jungles and doing side stuff in there feels amazing. Horizon Forbidden West is by far better than Zero Dawn.
I will say, when I first started playing again, I completely forgot that like melee was an option.
So yeah, and it's
I was like, oh my god, I can just hit things if I wanted to.
Yes, and in my experience, I don't really like doing that because even with just like the smaller machines, a lot of machines just fucking chuck their bodies at you.
And they're fast. They just body slam, and they're like, well, I didn't dodge fast enough.
Exactly, and like I want to be able to. My melee's not doing much at all.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like 2 or 3 hits in, and then they're body slamming me, and it's like, well, I would much rather stay a little bit back and aim for the weak points, especially once you kind of learn a little bit more of like, oh, okay, every creature has these little canisters. If I use the right element on them, they explode, and a lot of times can be a one-hit kill. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Melee's not... The only reason I put any skills into Melee was to do a fighting pit challenge thing. We had to get, like, through 3 guys at the fighting pit and then fight the main guy, but you needed, like, certain Melee skills to do it.
Interesting.
That was the only time I put skills into Melee. Been all about bow and stealth and shit.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
But that's those are my thoughts on Horizon so far.
Oh, yeah, for now.
Really enjoying it. Nothing necessarily new there, but it's good old Horizon. That first game was good. This game is that, but looks a lot better and feels more alive. So it is an improvement, and it's good.
Probably what we're gonna say about God of War when that comes out.
I would say almost definitely what we're gonna say about God of War.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be good, but it will be that. What do you got? What's your next game?
I started that Bakugan game that came out.
I didn't know a Bakugan game just came out.
It didn't. It came out like a year or so ago.
Oh.
You remember me mentioning it?
Kind of. I remember you were
The
like kind of...
The one for Switch?
Yeah, you were when you were like kind of like getting back into Bakugan a little bit.
Yeah, and then so this is Bakugan Champions of Vestroia, based off the new version of the reboot show, which is it's just I don't know, it's bad, man. It's bad.
It's just bad.
This was during my time where I was like real hyped, and I was like, you know what? I'll try watching the new show, and I got a few episodes in, and I was just like, man, there's no depth to anybody here. The old show, the characters at least had like some depth to them, and like, it's like, you look at the show, it's like Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go, that kind of thing. Teen Titans was like the mature and like the teenage style, like it was cool. And
Go
like,
is when they're like little kids, right?
So they're not kids, they're just like a cartoonier version of themselves, and it's garbage. And they literally had an episode complaining to the studio, complaining about the studio because of how much everybody hated the change.
That's funny.
They made a joke about it, and I fucking applaud them for it, but that's literally what it feels like. So starting off, the graphics suck. The graphics are terrible. There is a computer game that I used to play as a kid. It's the 1999 Pokemon Play It TCG computer game.
Okay.
I used to play this computer game a lot.
All right.
And when you see the CGI or just the generated cutscene, the animation that plays in the beginning, it is so bad. Like, this is 1999, but it's like, it's bad.
It's bad for 99.
I mean, you look back at 99, you don't realize it's that bad, but looking at it now, it's bad. And this these characters don't look too far off from that.
That's not good.
It is literally
We're like 2 decades later.
As soon as I saw what the characters look like and how like lifeless and still they were, and just the way that they were like shaped, my first thought was that 1999 computer game, and I looked it up and I was like, wow, there is no effort put in here, or at least they have the effort of 1999 put into this game right now.
That's not good.
So this, on top of that, which was already bad, they follow the rules of the new show. So in the old show, you had your 3 Bakugan, you would have your gate cards, and if 2 Bakugan landed on the same gate card, they would fight. On the opposite side of the gate card had different bonus, like pluses and minuses to whatever attribute your Bakugan was and could get affected by it. In the new show, you just kind of like throw them out there like Pokemon, and they turn into like their giant forms in like this Yu-Gi-Oh style, like, oh, we're opening up this like rift, and like I don't know how to explain it. We're opening up this rift on this fucking soccer field, and now we're in an arena, but it's still a soccer field, but nobody can get hurt, and we're just fighting, like that kind of stuff, like the hologram Yu-Gi-Oh fights. So it's like that. So I'm on a soccer field with these 2 guys about to fight, and there's no more gate cards. They changed it up. There's little hexagons, and the way that like the physical game works is you get these little magnetic hexagons instead of gate cards, and you set them up in like a pile, like a pattern, and your Bakugan rolls onto them, and whichever hexagon they like pick up with them is like their bonus. Translated into game form, it's garbage. What you're doing is your Bakugan and your opponent's Bakugan have 4 abilities they can use.
Okay.
You and your opponent, while these 2 are just fighting, are running back and forth on the playing field as little hexagons pop up, and you run over to them, you pick them up automatically, and you toss them towards your Bakugan, and then it fills up the bar a little bit of one of all the 4 attacks.
Yeah.
And so you have to keep collecting hexagons in order to build up the attacks, then use the attacks, because it's like turn-based like that. And you got to make sure the other fucking dude doesn't get to your hexagon first, because whoever steps on it first is theirs.
That doesn't sound like Bakugan from what I understand of Bakugan.
It's also 20 hours.
That seems long.
I am not spending 20 hours collecting hexagons in a fucking game with the graphics that are stuck in 1999. The game is isometric. When you're not in a battle, you are stuck top down running around a very, very lazily like created town that you have to, there's no HUD, there's no minimap. You have to open the map every 30 seconds to like see where you are in comparison to where you have to go.
This game must have been made on a very small budget.
And all you're doing so far, I did like the first section. I don't even know where I stopped or what to call it. But all I did was go and collect pieces of like a tournament poster that were scattered around, and then go up to random people, brawl them, and the brawls, because of everything you have to do, take so long. And sometimes you'll walk up to someone, you'll have 3 Bakugan, they'll have 3 Bakugan, and so you have to do the entire fight. So you could be going through all 3 of yours and all 3 of theirs, collecting hexagons this whole time. Have the battle be over. It could have been like 20 some odd minutes.
That's a long battle.
If conditions are right and like you are evenly matched, you could.
And it's a little rainy today. And
yeah, it's so fucking. So I am not doing that for 20 hours.
No, you're not. You're not gonna complete this.
I understand that this game was made for children.
Sure.
Show me what kid has a 20-hour attention span collecting hexagons. This game, I was excited before because it's like, of course, it comes with a little Bakugan in the like, deluxe edition. I like deluxe little goodies.
Did you get the deluxe edition?
Well, yeah, because it was only like $10 more, and it came with an actual Bakugan. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I want to get that. I kind of wish I didn't get the game because it's just now it's going to sit on. I'm not going to finish it. I'm definitely putting it down. I don't want to play it again. Could I sound any nicer?
I was going to say, like, what an endearing endorsement for this game.
Yeah.
What's it called? Bakugan what?
Bakugan Champions of Vestroia. Now, Vestroia is fine. Like, that's whatever. The Bakugan came from Vestroia.
Yeah, Vestroia is fine, of course.
Oh, I know.
Common knowledge.
Vestroia is just the Cybertron of Bakugan.
Right. Totally.
Cybertron is the Earth for humans.
Of course.
For Transformers or whatever.
Yep, I understand.
And humans suck.
That I definitely understand.
There we go. So please make better decisions than me and do not buy this game.
I think I'm going to go pick it up.
Take mine.
You're actively giving it away.
I don't want to get rid of it, but I don't want to have it. It's like the worst part of a collector's struggle. I need to have it, but I hate it.
Give it a few months, you'll completely forget about it.
No, not now.
No, you're scarred.
Not when you say it like that, because now it's going to stick in my brain, and I'm going to walk by it, and I'm just going to have this fucking vengeful feeling every time I see it.
I cursed you.
I'm going to put that one game, and I'm going to put it backwards on the shelf so I don't see what game it is. But then I'll know what game it is.
Really know what game
I'll turn every game backwards.
That doesn't seem good.
I'm going to play Shuffle today.
I got a little update in Ollie Ollie World.
Tell me.
I am now in the 3rd of 5 areas and still doing all the challenges, and they are getting tough.
Oh, yeah?
Luckily, though, like I said, super easy to just, like, hit one button. You're right back at the last checkpoint to jump right back into doing what you're doing. And all the challenges you have to do is typically, like, hit this many things or do this at this point. And it's always, like, contained within one checkpoint area. Mm-hmm. So it's not that bad, and most of the times you don't have to actually complete the level afterwards. It's just like, get this part done. It's like, okay, that's done. Move on to the next challenge for this level. The main thing I want to talk about, well, first off, I think I have everything I can do in the game now. So like wall rides, grinds, grabs, the spinny McDoodles, manuals, everything. I think I can do everything now.
All right.
I talked a little bit about it last week, but the sounds that come out of the controller when you're playing, a lot of it comes out of it, at least on PS5, and that is adding more to the experience than I initially thought. Because like as I'm like paying more attention to it after I brought it up, it's like almost all of the sounds are like every skateboard sound is coming from the speaker, and it's really cool.
That's cool.
It just kind of like adds something to the experience for me. Because, listen, skateboarding is it's cool. It works perfect with video games, and it has cool noises. And you know I like noises.
Stuff like that with the controllers, like at the PS4 and stuff. I was raised to always be like very quiet around the house. I've always tried to be very quiet. I've always tried to make it so like no one knew my presence was there. And getting that kind of stuff and like hearing just noises coming out left and right. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like everyone's listening. Like, I was playing and it wasn't too loud, but my buddy wasn't paying attention. He was on his phone and all of a sudden something came out of the thing. Just, oh my fucking God. And I'm like, yeah, sorry about that. I don't mean to.
Yeah, you see, I'm kind of like, I want someone to hear me playing Ollie Ollie, so you'll be like, isn't that fucking cool?
No, I don't want to
like
I don't want to be a dick. I'm like,
coming out of my controller?
Am I too loud right now?
Yeah, no, it's very cool. And most things like this are just kind of like, whatever. But there's something about the noises for this one where it's like adding something to it for me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And we got to get that for Pro Skater when that comes.
Yeah, we do.
Hi, I'm Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I want Tony to talk to me through my controller.
Are you having fun?
Just as I'm like playing.
Oh, I gotta give my kids a call real quick. It's just him like live.
Yeah, that's what it's just a live call.
He's live. He goes, oh, what's that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was funnier, man. Come on.
Yeah, it was.
Someone.
I trailed off at the end.
Fuck you.
Well, you know what happened? I
What
can't
happened?
multitask, and I was writing that down for a highlight because I keep track of that as we're doing it.
I can
And
multitask.
so I wrote down Tony because I'll know what that means.
Tony.
And then
Soprano.
my brain kind of turned off from you, and then when my brain turned back on to you, I was like, I was out of it.
I wish Tony Soprano was a hardcore skater. That would be hysterical.
Which one's Tony? Is he the bald dude?
What? The main character?
Yeah, he's bald, right?
He's not bald.
He's balding.
He still has hair on his head, but he's not bald.
Okay. I don't know. I've never watched The Sopranos.
I love that show. Half of it is like romance and betrayal and like murder and that stuff, and the other half is just
I don't think I would like that.
it's literally just listening to him breathe for like the entire show. He's always out of breath, or like he's always like, you fucking motherfuckers.
Why is he breathing so hard?
He's like, I don't know, he's like 500 pounds.
Oh, okay.
He's big. Well, yeah.
That's some Ollie Ollie world.
I got one more game. Because I absolutely gave up on Bakugan. I was like, well, I still have my Switch with me. I want to do something when I'm at work. And I forgot that I bought a game for like $2 months ago.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck it, I'll load it up. It's American Fugitive.
Okay.
And it's like not a top-down, but more isometric version of like GTA, like 1 and 2. If you had like the mechanics of like running around and doing other stuff from the later games. So there's this dude, and it kind of plays out in like a comic book visual novel style story of like kind of pop-ups and then just like telling you what the story is. This dude is somehow being framed for his dad's murder,
Okay.
broke out of prison,
All right.
and is now using like criminal activities, like breaking in, trespassing, like like doing stuff in order to like hide from the cops and solve like the real reason and like unframe himself.
So he's not a criminal, and to prove he's not a criminal, he's going to break out of prison and commit a lot of crimes.
Yeah, well, one of the first things I did was break into someone's house and then look around
But you're not a criminal.
and then take some clothes and change and hide from the cops. And then I went and met my brother, and then we went to go steal a car.
It's a family of criminals.
Kinda. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
I'm starting to believe he did kill his dad.
I mean, some of the gameplay mechanics are kind of cool. Like, you walk up to a house and you can like circle around it, and like you can walk up to a window and like peek and be like, oh, I don't see anything, and then like break in. And then when you're inside the house, you're not inside. It opens up like a HUD of like a top-down like layout of the house. So it's like, here's this room, and then here's the door in this room. And it's like, you enter in, say I go in through the side window, I'm in like the bedroom.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, do you want to search? And it's like, all right, I'll search. Oh, you didn't find anything, or you found this. You go into the next room.
Oh, so you're not actually like moving your character around in there still.
No, it's like, oh, move over to the next room. Do you want to enter? Yes. Search it? Yeah. And then once you're out of the house, you're like walking around and stuff. Do you want me to get it?
No, I got
Do you want me to get it? He
Nope.
dropped the pen.
I got it.
He's playing footsies with it now.
I got it. You definitely don't want to touch it now.
No.
Got it.
But stuff like that's cool. And like you can equip and like hold different items. So like bricks, crowbars, and whatnot that have like different damages. So if you get into a fight, or you just need to like break open a window, like, and it will like use that item. So like if I want to go break into a car and like I have a brick on me, and it's like, oh, or like a crowbar, this does 1 to whatever damage, I'll use it. And because I used it to get into that car, I don't have that brick anymore.
Okay.
I haven't gotten too far into it. I've done a little bit of, it's like a criminal sim, but without actually being a criminal, but like you're turning into a criminal.
You're definitely a criminal.
Yeah. But like you're trying to solve a murder that you didn't commit. That's like the main shtick.
It's better than Bakugan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. At least this game has mechanics.
And it was $2.
And it was $2.
Can't beat that.
And it's like half as long.
Even better.
Yeah.
You think you actually like see it through to the end?
I mean, yeah, I might. I mean, in the middle of books right now at work, but if I ever get out of books, yeah.
If you ever get out of them books.
There's no way that I'm playing the Switch at home with Dying Light and Horizon and everything else coming out. So
totally.
I got to get through these books.
I got one more thing to talk about.
Tell me.
I played the Nintendo Switch Sports playtest.
Right.
I really want to talk about it. But Nintendo is like, yeah, you can't publicly talk about it. And I'm sure nothing would happen if I did.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking that chance with Nintendo. Nintendo can be brutal
I've
with that shit.
known companies that gone after YouTubers and such before for...
Yeah. So I'm not going to go into details. It says don't go into details of the playtest. I'm not going to. All I will say is I am really, really looking forward for this game to come out.
Yeah. I mean, it's Wii Sports
Yep.
again.
Well, I didn't say that. You did, and you didn't play the playtest.
Any fucking buddy with eyes can see that it's the exact same thing.
You can see from the trailer that it's Wii Sports, but better.
I want to talk about my NDA game because I feel like that game is never going to come out.
Yeah, are you still like, has that time run out for you to just talk about it?
Was there a time?
Probably not.
I don't know. The
Probably
game,
like release.
yeah, the game. If
it happens.
If it releases.
But yeah, that is pretty much all I can say. I want the game even more than I did before.
I wish they just
That's it.
put it in every Switch and did what they did last time.
Sure, but I will happily pay $60 for this game. Like, happily.
I mean, I'll pay it.
You will. You will.
Maybe.
Got any, no more games, right?
No.
Fuck games. Let's talk about news about games.
Let's talk about news. So do you know Nacon? They're a publisher.
I don't think so.
They're a pretty big publisher. They are actually the publisher behind Daedalic Entertainment's Gollum.
Oh, the Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Yeah. They just bought that studio.
The one making Gollum?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Sure, why not?
On top of that, apparently, Daedalic has 9 other games in development right now for release in 2022.
That's a lot of games for one studio to release in 1 year.
And a tease could hint to maybe one of those being another Lord of the Rings game.
Great.
Possibly.
I'm cool with that.
So, that's a lot of content.
I will happily take 2 Lord of the Rings games in 1 year.
Yeah, who knows what they'll be, but if we do get them,
hey,
cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for Gollum. It doesn't look like it's anything groundbreaking by any means.
It just looks like sticks with a Lord of the Rings
exactly.
skin.
But I really enjoy Lord of the Rings, so
yeah,
that's all it takes. Capcom's Countdown ran out. It's Street Fighter 6, which is what people were expecting.
Yeah. Was anyone expecting the backlash though?
No.
Did you look more into this backlash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so they have a logo, which is just the letters SF in a what shape is that? A
hexagon.
Hexagon. Okay.
Don't get me fucking started on hexagons right now.
You're a hexagon expert at this point.
Jesus Christ.
With like a little 6 in the corner, in the bottom right. And then this guy was like, hey, yeah, that's my stock image. Like, anyone can use it. And it is. So the stock image obviously doesn't have the 6, but it has that hexagon and it has the SF. And literally the only difference
is the background.
The background also.
And no like little splatters around the.
Sure. And the F in the Street Fighter logo, the like second little part of the F is like tilted a little more.
Yeah, but it's basically the same thing.
It is like 1 for 1. It's like, yeah, they just used this stock image and threw a 6 on it.
Some dude was literally just scrolling through Google and was like,
yep.
Whatever. What's up, Doc?
For like, if this was just like a real small budget random indie game, then like it would be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
This is Street Fighter.
I mean,
this
if that
is like
wasn't
one of the biggest franchises in gaming.
If that wasn't bad enough, if you look at the past 3 games, 3, 4, and 5, and their logos compared to this one, there's this unnecessary like professional update that's been going around. Like TGI Fridays is now Fridays, and like bullshit like that.
Yeah,
you're taking all the fun away. No one wants to be some fucking Judge Dredd, tall, boring ass, skyscraper ass, building ass. No, make it fun. Bring us back the cool graffiti ass and like cool shit that you were doing. I see. Are we getting San Francisco 6? That's what I'm thinking is we're getting.
Oh, we're getting this. I didn't even know there was more than one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just one.
I mean, I look at that logo, I'm thinking we're getting the new San Francisco game.
The 6th one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's listen, we don't care about Street Fighter, the two of us. We're not huge into like fighting games by any means. But
give me Injustice.
Sure, I'll play through that for the story, but not like I'm not gonna hop online.
I will.
The Street Fighter logo, like the writing, the font, it's cool.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
And it's followed a similar style over many years up until San Francisco 6.
Yeah, fucking San Francisco 6. Yeah, so that's not surprising with Street Fighter 6, and then and Ryu has a beard.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ryu had a beard recently before this.
They really focused on his toes.
Yeah,
every single fucking photo I see of a thumbnail is just his toes, and I'm like,
that really
it doesn't do it for me.
Did you watch the little teaser?
Yeah, I didn't like really any of it.
It was just like
just
a
body
really
parts.
Quick teaser, but they there was a weird focus on the toes.
Oh yeah,
it was,
a lot of toes.
It was a little weird.
Ubisoft, we got a few things with them. They put out, I guess they have announced like some of their release plans of things coming.
Okay.
Currently, they're still focusing on releasing games between April 2022 and 2023, being Avatar Frontiers of Pandora,
Yep.
Mario, Rabbids Sparks of Hope,
Yep.
Skull and Bones.
Okay. I'll believe that when I see it.
And apparently more things they've kept hidden. That is all planned during 2023's fiscal year, it seems.
I think we will get Avatar and Mario and Rabbids.
And whatever Skull and Bones shit's out to be.
I don't think we're going to get an official release for Skull and Bones ever.
The Singapore government will come out and declare the release date for that.
And I don't see how they could be releasing other projects in that span. Well, major ones. I could see one of their little random online games that lasts for like 2 months and then they shut it down.
Yeah. Then they got a lot of shit right now.
Yep.
That's not the only thing, though, because along with all the acquisition talk, it seems like maybe Ubisoft is a little more into the mix than we see.
Remember when it was Tencent that was going to buy them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we have to fight for our independence. And everyone was like, yeah, listen. And it was like a whole big thing. And now it's just like everyone just is getting acquired by the same few companies.
Ubisoft is literally saying that any offer brought to them will be legitimately discussed by the board of directors.
It's
I'll start the bidding at $5.
Offshore, we're putting our official bid out there.
Come on, Gailmont, whoever this Yves Gailmont, whatever your name is, $5. Give me that company.
I mean, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a sound clip of this and I'm going to tag Ubisoft.
You know what? $4. Too much sexual harassment. You guys, you know what? $5, and then I'm going to shut you down.
Damn. Brutal.
Shit, don't let him hear that part.
Shit. I will put it in the sound clip. Yeah. I don't know. It's at some point the acquisitions are exciting, and then at some point when it's like Activision Blizzard and then like Ubisoft and then it was Bethesda, at some point it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Is there everyone's gonna be owned by Microsoft or Sony.
We're just
or
gonna.
Tencent.
This is gonna begin the beginning of like game studio generations. We're just gonna go through generations of studios now.
I guess, yeah.
They're all gonna be bought, and then the new kids are gonna rise up and be like, oh wow, and then they're gonna be bought, and then the new kids are gonna rise up.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of indie studios out there that put out some great stuff pretty much every year.
Oh yeah.
But it's just, I don't know.
Which they should honestly stop putting out great stuff because they're gonna get acquired so much faster.
Yeah. Yeah, stop putting out good games.
You
and
idiots.
Don't make any money.
Just go back to eating ramen.
Pokemon Day is coming up. It is going to be February 27th, and they are going to have a week of announcements leading up to it.
And they've already begun.
They've already begun. I didn't write down what the announcements were because it would just be too much.
And they don't interest me.
Nope. So I'm just going to blast through this real quick. February 21st, Masters EX. 22nd, Sword and Shield. 23rd, Cafe Remix. 24th, Unite. 25th, there's going to be a music video?
Yeah, was it Katy Perry?
I don't know.
Again?
Maybe.
Pitbull?
The 26th is going to be Pokemon Go. Then the 27th is Pokemon Day. And seemingly absent from this list is Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So I wonder, I'm hoping for some sort of announcement for Legends Arceus there.
Yeah,
it's
soon.
I know
very
it's soon.
early.
I know, but what else are you going to do on Pokemon Day?
Announce the next Pokemon game.
You're right, it's too soon for any Arceus news, but we're ready for the next one.
I mean, they announced fucking both the remake and Arceus, and they got other shit in development. They got shit.
So we'll see if any crazy news comes from Pokemon Day. We'll be talking about it next week, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all those other games, like I know Pokemon has a big following. I know people are playing those regularly, but we're not going to cover every single thing.
No, until we hire a Pokemon guy.
Yeah, Pokemon guy, where are you? We'll pay you nothing. We don't make any money.
We'll pay you Pokemon games.
Well, no. Not even going to do that.
Retro Studios is the dev behind Metroid. We got a fucking few Metroid games by them, and they recently updated their Twitter banner.
Oh, I did see this.
Updated it with a little pic of Samus in like a weird hallway, which anytime those things get updated, people immediately go, oh, news coming.
Which maybe.
I feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong, but someone did recently update the My Name is Earl Facebook page for some reason. Who knows what that could mean?
News coming soon.
Right? So, grain of salt, but we could be getting some Metroid Prime 4 stuff.
I mean, I would love some Metroid Prime 4 stuff, but wasn't it only like a year or two ago where they were like, yeah, we're rebooting this whole thing with the different studio who made the original ones?
Well, just at least give us 1, 2, and 3 remade first.
I mean, yeah, that would also be cool.
Yeah, just give us that first.
I haven't played those since GameCube era, so.
I never finished them. I played them during the Wii.
I didn't finish them either, but
yeah.
I played them. I was a little too small-brained in my small kid mind to get far in them. They were hard.
Oh, yeah. No, and I don't know. They just turn into a ball, then shoot!
Pretty much, yeah. PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah, finally got to see what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it belongs with the PS5.
Yeah, it looks like if you took the Quest the Meta Quest and the first PSVR and you just smashed them together really hard, that's what it looks like.
That's funny you said that because my little note on this was, looks like PSVR and Quest 2 had a baby.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it looks like that.
If you traded like the headrest part and you put the cameras on the outside and then you just like, let me copy your controller homework, but like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into the specs, but there was like a chart out there, like comparing all the headsets, and this stacks up pretty well.
Yeah.
It's like maybe the best, other than, I think it's the Vive. That one's like the high-end one right now, right?
Yeah.
It like stacks up better than like the Quest 2 and whatever else the other one is that's out there. But it was like the Vive, it was kind of like trading on and off some points with it, whereas like it's better in some ways, not in others.
But wires though.
But yeah, that's kind of like, I accept that this is going to be a better headset than the Quest 2, but give me the Quest 2 and no wires any day.
Yeah.
The wires, they suck. They suck.
It's like the quality of life shit. Once you go, you can't go back. It's so hard to go
I
back.
can't go back to wires. If PSVR 2 had no wires, I might be looking at this going,
Yeah. I
But-
hope that doesn't come out anytime soon because I
Yeah.
cannot afford that.
no. And it's going to be the fucking thing where day one will be like, I don't need this, I have a Quest 2. Then give it like less than a year and be like, I want a VR2.
Yup.
PS2. Yep.
Let's see what else we got. Let's get into some more media.
Media.
So first off, on top of Halo Season 2 getting announced, it has been stated that this will be the first time we see Chief's face.
Yeah.
To which
Which is interesting.
like, sure, like, I guess you can do it because this is the silver timeline or whatever you're calling it, and it's like
Sure.
not the games and it's not the same, but it's like,
So this Master Chief's face is not necessarily
I don't
game Master Chief's face.
Well, no, obviously not, but it's like I don't like, we don't need his face.
You don't need it.
That's like when we heard Doom Guy talk in Doom Eternal, we didn't need that. We didn't need it.
Yeah.
And it's like, we don't need it, you know?
You don't need it. And I feel like there's no person that could be under that mask that won't just kind of feel disappointing.
Unless it's just like the most basic average like guy. Like, here's literal John Doe. Here he is.
I don't know. It just feels like that no one will be happy with a face reveal.
No, they're gonna be like, oh, we know for a fact we're gonna get so many people to watch this because we're going to do something that no one's asked for but has been always curious about, and then they're gonna hate us for it afterwards because we did it so bad.
Yes.
That's what it seems like. On the bright side, though, for the Fallout TV show being made by Amazon, we have some good news.
I saw that. Yeah.
Walton Goggins from, may know him as the antagonist from the most recent Tomb Raider movie,
Sure. That's one thing he did.
Matthias Vogel. He will be taking on the lead role in the Fallout TV show, apparently as a character based off of a ghoul.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, and I was just like, huh.
But he's a good actor.
Oh yeah.
So that's exciting. It's cool to have a big name attached to it, you know?
But it's weird to think that one, it's based off a character of a ghoul, and two, that it's the lead. Because it's like, where are they going with this then?
Yeah, that's true.
Unless it's like well, this is my life in the wasteland. There goes the survivor again.
That's not really what I would want from a Fallout show.
He's fucking killing all the enemies, and I'm over here. I'm going to get some lunch.
That would be like a fun comedy spin-off of a Fallout show.
Well, Megaton blew up today. I didn't like that place anyway.
While we're in this realm, Nier Automata. Square Enix confirmed that they're making an anime, and interestingly enough, so there's a lot of game adaptations happening now.
Yeah.
But everyone is like, they're taking their own liberties with it. They're doing this or that. This is straight up just going to be based off the story of Automata.
That's great. Give us more. That's
so-
all. Literally, how hard is it? How hard is it to give us exactly what we're asking for?
Yeah, so this is going to be a Nier Automata anime that, listen, I'm sure it's not going to be one for one, because of course not, but it's going to tell that story. It's that story.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. I greatly enjoyed Automata, and I would be curious to see if it's like what they do with an Automata anime, because like you kind of have to play through that game like 5 times.
Unless
And,
it's like
like-
you get to there's an episode where it's like, you're not done yet.
Yeah,
And
I don't. Yeah,
it's like, shit.
It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
go get some
interesting.
lunch now.
it's gonna be interesting to see.
Who here likes Metro Exodus?
No, actually, I didn't. I like a couple Metro games.
I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. It's definitely my least favorite.
Didn't do it for me.
It is the most beautiful one, though.
Sure.
That game has just actually finished selling 6 million copies in the past 3 years.
Okay.
Which,
I mean-
for something like that, is pretty good.
Yeah.
And especially with its general reception after the previous 2.
Yeah.
But numbers like that, fucking get working on the next one.
Yeah,
and
I
make
mean-
it better. And
Yeah.
just, it already looks so beautiful. I just want the next beautiful game to come out by them.
I kind of like have been sold a little bit on the Stalker 2
That's like
the look of Stalker 2 for
Yeah.
this will be my Metro now.
it's like I played Metro. It's like Chernobylite was coming out, which I didn't get to play yet, but I was like, I want it because it's like I have my Metro itch.
Yeah.
I'm like I need it, and then fucking Stalkers come out, and then it got delayed. I'm like, I want it.
Yeah.
We have the video right now.
Yeah, I can't wait till we have a video.
Dude, I'm so animated. My fucking.
You will see. I sit here pretty chill, and Dave's body flails.
No, I don't stop moving. I can't. I was raised Italian, but I'm very Irish.
I was raised Italian.
I did. It wasn't my choice. It wasn't my fault. I had so much baked ziti as a kid.
Speaking of being raised Italian, Bethesda, BethesdaNet, the launcher
is Italian now.
It's Italian now, as in it's being shut down. Sorry.
Bon ami.
BethesdaNet launcher, it's done. They're migrating all their games to Steam. I don't know if this has anything to do with like the Xbox acquisition with them, or
I don't know.
like maybe there's no need for it if it's all gonna be on Game Pass.
True.
So yeah, you can migrate your current library to Steam starting in April. They say do that ASAP because starting May, you can't access those games anymore.
Yeah.
Your saves will transfer, which good.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Here's a random bit of interesting news. There's a Peaky Blinders VR game in the works.
Okay.
It's set in the 20s with the show, and you're, I guess, an escaped criminal, and you come across the main characters, which Cillian Murphy will be portraying his character, and like you go along with them and just doing shit. And
I didn't watch Peaky Blinders.
neither did I. I like the
but
setting. It's
interesting.
It's going to be called The King's Ransom, and it's apparently coming this year, so there's that.
Sure.
That's something.
Shadow Warrior 3.
Oh, yeah.
It's so that's coming out soon, March 1st.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Which will be out for the next episode, I think.
Fuck.
I think it will yes, it'll be out for a day by the time we record it.
Oh my god.
God
damn it.
What?
Son of a bit. I just remembered.
Uh-oh, what happened? What?
They didn't do notable game releases.
Well, we got that.
Well, there's only one anyway.
There's two.
Fine, two.
Yeah, so this is we're talking about this because PlayStation Now
is now
gonna have Shadow Warrior 3 as a day one title for the first time ever for PlayStation. A game is coming to PlayStation Now for just day one. If you're a subscriber, you have it.
Crazy.
So this obviously all ties into the reported on Project Spartacus, which is like their Game Pass competitor, which interesting. Because in my head, I'm like, yeah, they're not going to have like big games day one. And I know Shadow Warrior 3 is not like, it's not a new God of War, but it's not a small game.
It is also been decently like either through like third-party companies, PlayStation sided.
Oh, has it been?
So the second game only released digitally, but was able to get a physical for PS4 either through a third party or just like that.
Okay.
But still. So it's like, I'm more upset at the fact that there's no fucking physical.
Well, you can get it on PlayStation Now.
No. I'm going to buy it with money on Xbox.
Okay.
All right. So here's one thing. Here's one of the big news that took me over. So 2K is apparently planning on making a whole bunch of sports and racing Lego games. Currently, they have a soccer game releasing this year being made by Sumo Digital. Mm-hmm. An open world racing game from 2K's own Visual Concepts. Mm-hmm. And it makes no sense because Sumo Digital has made many racing games in the past, and Visual Concepts has made only sports games.
Yeah, I'm looking at it because I wrote... So Sumo did Team Sonic Racing, and Visual Concepts is strictly like NBA 2K, WWE 2K.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe they're just like, let's shake this up a little bit.
Yeah, there's certain articles that I'm like going through as I'm looking at them, and I'm like, do I need the article or do I just need the title? And I go through and I was like, let me click on this one. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Just random ass bits of information. Apparently, so TT Games has always been like the head proprietor for like the Lego games with the Lego company, but over the past few years, they've started to see how it's not really going so well at TT Games.
And the contract is apparently about to run out.
Yeah, so with the Lego company being a little nervous with that, they're like, hey,
sure, reasonably so after like what we've talked about with TT Games.
Yup. So they're just looking like they're doing what Star Wars is doing, just be like, who else wants to make games and whatnot?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I was just saying not too long ago how I want there to be different sports games, not just simulation.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're getting these Lego games, we're getting Switch Sports, we're getting a new Mario Strikers.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pretty happy.
There you go. Dude, Lego's one of those things you just take it and then you just make it Lego and you just sell it again and it works.
Yeah, like I'm genuinely curious what a Lego soccer game is.
Yeah.
Like, is it like kind of simulation, but the pieces break apart, so it's kind of wacky? Mm-hmm. Like, what is it? Look, I want it.
Yeah.
I want it. I want to see that.
Well, gotta wait.
Well, I know I have to wait, but I will.
Good.
I only have one more piece of news, and it's a big boy.
I have one more piece of news, and it's not.
You not talking about Call of Duty?
Oh, I skipped that one. When you talk about whenever we go back and forth with news, mine is in my order, yours is in your order, and obviously you say something that's like super far down on my list, and I'm like, did I read this? And I'm just moving up and down in my notes. I'm like, all right, what am I reading next? Yeah, we can talk about Call of Duty.
All right, Call of Duty has been a yearly release for almost 2 decades.
Almost. Technically will kind of still be, but it won't.
No, all right. So when I say that, I mean like a main release,
yeah.
like a main line, like new Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. 2023, nope, not happening.
Officially been pushed back. Treyarch's next game has been pushed back to 2024. In some great news there.
Yeah, like sure.
Yeah,
give them time to do something a little different or like work on it some more.
Well, here's the thing. So we'll be getting Warzone 2 in 2023.
Yeah.
That'll be their COD.
Right, which, like, that's what we're saying. It's not like a...
Yeah.
Yes, it's a Call of Duty game, but it's not like a mainline Call of Duty game.
But here's the thing. Not only can these studios start to fill out themselves more, having actual necessary time to complete these fucking titles that release every year,
yep,
they can build upon them, and... the best-selling video game of every year is no longer going to be held at such a crunch level that it's been seen at.
Yeah.
And people can start realizing, hey, if Call of Duty, the biggest-selling yearly release bullshit, isn't doing that anymore, hey, let's stop crunching.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I wonder if that had anything to do with this.
I mean, one of the things they talked about is they were getting, like, Activision was getting afraid that the properties were like becoming warring at each other because you have the Treyarch people and you have the Infinity Ward people. Modern Warfare, no, Black Ops. And they were like, we don't want that to happen. I'm like, well, you should have done this 10 years ago, idiots. If you didn't want this to happen, morons. So it seems like they're taking time for each of them. And I think that's just like the best thing that they could do.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know if you saw this, a little tidbit that came with it is that it will be the first current gen only Call of Duty.
Oh, good.
So when that comes out in 2024, it will be
I hate that. I hate how you have to wait years into the console cycle for the
transition period.
I know, but it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, I wish we didn't leave off with this, but my last bit of news is a little sad. It's basically just stating that Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy did not meet sales expectations.
Yeah, I didn't look too much into that. The headline said that like it has since made up some ground since launch.
They want to work on it and try to make up some of those lost sales over time, but it's so unfortunate.
Yeah,
it's really so I don't want to say like you kind of have to play it, but like for what it does on the level that it does as a gamer, like you really should play it.
It was our game of the year for a reason.
I was ranking on this thing fucking hard.
Oh yeah, like you can go back and listen to us talking about this, like pre-release, then release, then post-release, and like I was always excited. You were like, this fucking looks terrible.
No, I 180.
And then you played it, and completely changed.
It was fantastic. I
wonder if some of it was people like just, and like I get it, like they see it and it's like, that's not Chris Pratt. That's not I wonder if that turned people off. Or
I mean, I'm one of those too, but it's like, come on.
I wonder if it was more like the Avengers just sucking, the Square Enix one.
No, the Avengers did suck.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh well, we're coming out with a new one. I could see why someone would be like, I just played the Avengers and it sucked. I'm not gonna play this.
Maybe it's like an Avengers named curse, because the Lego Avengers game is one of the worst Lego games I've ever played. The Marvel's Avengers game is so just one note. It's so boring.
You know, you could make a good Avengers game.
Oh yeah.
You could.
Oh yeah. Just make
Dave,
it
you could do it.
Oh.
Single-handedly.
Oh.
With one hand, you can do it.
Oh my god, I gotta go to school now. I don't know.
No, you can just do it. I expect you to start tomorrow, and I expect it to be done within a week.
Oh man! All right, back to crunch.
Exactly. That's it.
That's it for that. You wanna jump into these PlayStation games now?
Let's jump in. I think I remember them.
All right, so we did get the PlayStation games from March. These are gonna be A-OK for you to get from March 1st to April 4th. We got Ghost Runner, specifically the PS5 version.
That's a good game.
So good. Team Sonic Racing for PS4. Ark Survival Evolved for PS4. And we got a little bonus this month. We got the Ghost of Tsushima Legends add-on for both PS5 and PS4.
It's a pretty good selection this time.
That is good. I mean,
big variety.
They still usually have a better whatever than Xbox, but we'll see what happens when Spartacus fully takes over.
Yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if when Spartacus takes over, that PlayStation just like cuts this or something.
Yeah. Whatever.
We'll see.
And we got some notable game releases. 2 of them, really.
Yeah. The big one, Elden Ring, will be out when you're listening. If you're listening to this day one, tomorrow,
February 25th. Coming to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One, and
not Stadia.
No,
not Stadia.
Definitely not.
Man,
Switch.
Listen,
I'm listening.
I've been excited for this game. I was expecting reviews to come out and it would be like, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Like, I wasn't expecting everywhere to give it a 10 out of 10.
You know what this is? This is a concert, and you're like pretty far up in like the general admission, and I'm in the nosebleeds. That's where we're at with this game.
I have been excited, and now I'm like, I need to see the hype, what it's about.
You're the one in the general admission who's like, oh my god, this is the best band I've ever seen, and I'm in the nosebleeds. And I'm like, well, I saw the band.
So are you gonna play Elden Ring?
Oh yeah, I have it pre-ordered. I have the only Souls game that I've ever beaten is Jedi Fallen Order, and that was on the easiest difficulty.
Yeah, and that's
not a Souls game even.
No.
Really. I'm not good at these games. I don't have patience. I just buy them, and then that's it.
It's easy to do co-op from what I understand.
Yeah, but it doesn't...
You want to roll together?
Well, we will, but it doesn't mean like the interest and the passion's there.
I don't remember if you did you play Breath of the Wild?
For like 5 hours.
So not really.
No.
Did you like those 5 hours?
I kept asking you what to do next.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the thing. I'm not like a huge Zelda fan, so it's like I don't really kind of care.
Yeah, but that was a different...
It's literally property based. If you gave me a Breath of the Wild game and you changed the skins out for like Borderlands, yeah, man, give it to me. I just don't care about going around and picking up a fish and hitting a little ding dong with my fucking sword,
No.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this game.
I'll play it.
I'm going to talk about it a lot next week, I'm sure.
Yeah, I won't.
Well, you'll listen.
I will. I have no choice.
I mean, you could be obnoxious and like stick your fingers in your ears and go like, la, 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 la.
I don't think that'll do good for the podcast.
Yeah, Elden Ring, and then the Shadow Warrior.
Shadow Warrior 3 coming March 1st. PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox.
Not Stadia.
Not Stadia and not Switch.
No, definitely not. Oh, also Elden Ring will not be Switch.
I already said that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, as long as it's okay.
That I can't wait for. I cannot fucking wait for Shadow Warrior. That's my shit. You're in the nosebleeds.
Okay, so next week.
You're in the parking lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm like
You're waiting in the car you're waiting in the car for me to get done.
Yeah. So next week I'm gonna talk a lot about Elden Ring, and you'll listen.
Yeah.
With like an occasional and then you can talk about Shadow Warrior, and I'll listen.
Yeah.
We'll cover both big releases next week. Well, I mean, yeah, you're off Tuesday. You're probably gonna play it all day Tuesday, right?
Oh, if that's the release date? Oh, yeah.
I mean, it must be, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Because if we're let's see,
know.
March 1st is indeed a Tuesday.
Perf. I hope it unlocks at midnight.
I don't know. Every game does it different.
Ready for banter?
What are we bantering about? Do you have anything? I don't have anything.
I saw the Uncharted movie.
Yeah, you saw the Uncharted movie.
I went and saw the Uncharted movie in MX 4D.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that experience.
Yeah, I said fuck it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just go sit in like the movie chairs.
Did you
and,
like smell Tom Holland's breath?
So they did the bullshit. There's the scene where he works in a bar. He poured someone a drink, and they did the shit from Logan where every time he took a sip, it just wafted like alcohol at you.
That's their favorite thing, I guess.
So it's like, oh my god, yeah, I get it. The alcohol smell, whatever. But the majority of it was just like the chair shaking, like a lot of the chair shaking, because
Like, how much did it shake?
I mean, it was moving around a lot. Like, okay, so
like if you have a bag of popcorn,
here's
is
the
your
thing.
popcorn flying
Well,
out?
okay, no, here's the thing. It's so I've done 4D experiences in the past. Like Logan was a singular seat. This was a row of 4 seats all on a gyro. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I bought my ticket online,
Right.
chose my seat,
Yep.
and this is, remember, this is a 4, like there's 4 sections all connected. And so I chose D6 right in the middle of one of those two. And I come over and I see, oh, there's a daughter, there's a mom, there's an empty seat, and there's another kid. And I go, is this D6? It was also the one chair that did not have like the thing saying it was D6. And then I'm like, is this? And I was like, yeah, but can my son's here? I go, I don't fucking give a shit. I just want to sit down. But now me and this family are on this roller coaster.
Yeah,
All 4 of us are in the exact same positions of like getting shaken around and like twisted. Like we're leaning. It's like it's starting to like go back, and like we're all leaning back, like we're going up a roller coaster, and like we're moving forward and shifting around. So we're all having this experience.
So did you feel like part of the family?
More so than they probably wanted me to be.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just kept talking about how I hated my dad and whatnot. And
Tom Holland's fighting some dude while he's falling out of an airplane. And you're just like, yeah, but my dad, you know?
You don't want to meet him. But there were some really cool moments of that movie. It really just felt like a fan service of, hey, let's take some of the best parts from the first 3 games and just kind of like ramshackle them together in like a early reboot sort of thing where they go over Nate's like not childhood but like mid-20s as like he's working his way through, and like they talk about Sam and like and whatnot, and I'm like, I'm getting so much information. Like if I didn't play the Uncharted games, fine, but since I played the Uncharted games, I'm going to be that guy. And it's like, why wasn't it done this way? I liked it better that way. And it's like, it was a fun turn your brain off action movie. I liked it. There were some funny bits. It definitely had that like Uncharted vibe of like, oh, like I know I'm not going to die. This isn't fully realistic. Oh, I'm just going to make a cute little joke about like all these bullets flying past me and like I'm not actually worried kind of deal.
How was Tom Holland in that type of role? Because I mean, I've only seen him as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think of him as Spider-Man.
I mean,
And to go from like Peter Parker to Nathan Drake.
I mean, that's a much better like step up from like him doing like the devil all the time or like Cherry, which is like definitely darker and whatnot.
Yeah, say I don't know.
I haven't seen them, but I know they're like that. And so like this is just like, all right, funny superhero banter character turns into a banter treasure collector, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, it kind of sounded like good old Peter, just like a more manly version because like, oh yeah, he's got his American accent and like, all right. The funny bit was with Mark Wahlberg and Sully for the most part. He really just played on the I'm here for everything, and I'm just gonna keep fucking up and being like, well, what am I supposed to do? You guys are fucking up, and like that kind of shit. Like
Okay.
not really taking the blame. And one of the things that really threw me off for everyone who's seen it, it's kind of easy to tell after you see a few movies. In the trailer, they literally give away the post-credit scene.
Yeah, that's very strange to me.
And little spoiler here for whoever's gonna really care. But if you watch the trailer and the part where he comes in and Sully's got the mustache,
Yeah.
just knowing that joke in the way that like movie producers tell jokes and like where to put them in the movie, that was 100%. I was like, that's a post-credit scene. Because it's like, you're not going to come out middle of the movie with a mustache, which is like, and it's like, oh, I have a mustache now. Time to do the rest of the movie. No, you do it as like a fucking joke at the end. And so when the movie ended and there was no mustache and the scene came up, I'm like, they literally just put the fucking post-credit scene in the trailer before the movie came out.
Did it smell like mustache in the 4D theater?
No, it did not smell like mustache. I would love to have known what Mark Wahlberg's mustache smelled like at that moment, but I don't know if they had those kind of DM him, Marky Mark. I want to know what's so funky about that mustache. I had a good time though, and they definitely set up a sequel.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That's going to do it for episode 37 of the Offshore Gamescast.
I want to lay down.
I mean, you can just lay down on the floor here. No. Oh, that's all right. I'm going to, every time you do that, I have to like edit that to make it not so loud.
I'm laying down now though.
He is laying down.
My tummy's out.
It is out. Good thing we're not on video. This would be so embarrassing.
So embarrassing. Oh my god, should I just do this for the rest? So much fucking piss! Leave it in.